we're getting ready because the show's coming up in just a few seconds here. So we're letting the people know you got to tune in. Again, it's coming up right now, so stay tuned. Don't move. We're going to be on in just a few seconds. We'll see you soon.
Shall we begin? Shall we begin? Let's begin now. Let's begin now. Let's begin now. Let's begin now.
Thank you. Thank you. All right, how about that band? Good to see you. Woo! Good to be here. All right. Welcome to This Week with Sam Stchter. Coming to you live from the Las Cruces studios. You know, we have the only green room where we're proud to serve green eggs and ham. Well, you know, because Sam I am. This week has been rated the best late night talk show on the Las Cruces channel. Woo! You know we're real happy about that. All right. You know, this is the only show that brings you the movers and shakers along with fantastic entertainment from right here in Las Cruces, New Mexico. So again, I'm your host, Sam Stchter. So folks, you might have heard that Doña Ana County is back in yellow status. Oh, wait, hold on. I'm getting a cue from here off camera. Oh, really? Okay. Folks, I've just been informed that our governor, Lujan Grisham, has put us back in the red again. Speaking of the yellow and red status, have you eaten at a restaurant lately here in Las Cruces? My wife and I went out to eat the other night. We ate outside in an enclosed tent that looked like we were inside. So basically, when we're in the red, we can eat inside as long as the inside and the outside looks like the outside and the outside feels like the inside. As anybody else can use. I'm sorry, folks. One moment. Wait, what's that? Really? Okay. We're being informed again that I just been informed Governor Lujan Grisham has put us back into yellow status. Again. Things move around here move quickly around here in New Mexico, folks. So did you hear, speaking of that schools are opening in-person learning very soon here in New Mexico? You hear that? That's all the cries of joy of parents from all over the state. Woo! The kids are going back. It's been a year, folks. I mean, it's been a year. Well, we have a great show for you tonight. You know him, you love him. Vince Viccaro from Lorenzo's Italian restaurant right here in Las Cruces is here, and he's bringing some great food with him for me to taste. Looking forward to that. And Mike Tellez, former and future Las Cruces mayoral candidate and civic activist, he's here tonight on the show. And then you're not going to want to miss this one. My musical guest, Travis James Manning, is here, and he's ready to rock this joint. So hopefully, we'll be in the yellow when we return after this break. We'll see. See you soon.
Hey everybody, my name is Travis James Manning. I'm going to be coming up and playing some tunes for you here in just a little bit, so don't change that dial.
Redness, burning, itchy feet. You may be suffering from athlete's foot and be eligible for a clinical trial. 3A Research is conducting a clinical trial of an investigational drug for treating athlete's foot. This is a 6-week study. We will compensate your time, travel, and reimbursement of up to $225. Contact our office, 3A Research with Michael Raucci.
Call our offices today for more information. Serving El Paso and now open in Las Cruces. I hope to see you soon.
it's me, Melvin, and I snuck in the back door this week with Stchter, yeah, you gotta say it right, at the Las Cruces studios. Hey, did you hear the story about the broken pencil? There's no point in it. How do you make holy water? You boil the hell out of it. My friend told me I wasn't too smart because I didn't know what apocalypse means. It's not like it's the end of the world. You know why I always borrow money from the pessimists? Because they never expect it back. They say money talk. Well, all money says is goodbye. Well, this has been fun being on This Week with Stchter. Don't turn that down. No. Please don't turn that down because there's a lot more to come. And I hope to be a guest one day on This Week with Stchter. It's the best late night show on Saturday nights, and you gotta watch it in Las Cruces.
Welcome back. Good to see you. You know, folks, what you may know about me is my last name is Stchter, but also I come from an Italian family. My mother's last name was actually Accredino. And I remember growing up in Pennsylvania, I was very close to my mother's side of the family, and I had 7 aunts who all cooked in the kitchen, and Sunday dinners were getting together with my cousins, and we would play while my aunts would cook, and it was just, always just a wonderful memory that I have. The spaghetti and meatballs, the pizza, the desserts, everything, the Italian cookies dipped in chocolate, the pizzelles, all the good Italian food. It was just amazing. And the reason I bring that up is we have an awesome guest here tonight that if you've lived in Las Cruces for the last 25 years, I can pretty much guarantee you've been to his restaurant. We have Vince Viccaro here from Lorenzo's Italian Restaurant. All right, welcome to the show, Vince.
Well, thank you. Now I know why I like you so much. I didn't know you had an Italian background.
Yeah, it fools people with the last name Stchter. People don't. I think if you look at me with the mustache and the hair, sometimes people kind of guess.
You could do that. And your story of having 7 aunts cooking in the kitchen. I started cooking when I was 7, getting bounced around and kicked around in the kitchen. I always got to peel the garlic because I was a young guy. But yeah, we'd have Easter, we had about 147 people at the house. We had a large family. We all lived in one group in Arizona in about 4 blocks, 24th Street and Camelback, if anybody's...
I know Camelback.
Yeah, so it was really a lot of fun growing up that way.
But and then my mom worked at an Italian bakery on top of it. So to this day, it's like I was so spoiled as a kid I didn't even realize it at the time. And now I certainly miss those days. But I know you mentioned that you learned a lot of your cooking and background from your grandmother.
Yeah, I had 2 grandmothers. One was more of a baker, and then one was more of a cook. So the baker, when we lived with her, we'd get up in the morning and pasta would be streaming from the kitchen, and you'd get up as a kid and have to work your way through. Yeah, and that was my Mama Gina. And if you look on my menu, number 8 is Mama Gina.
Oh, that's a nice way to remember.
Yeah. And then the other grandmother, Grandma Viccaro, taught me how to cook, and we'd start on Sunday the sugo. She was all of 4'11". Excuse me. She was,
goes with the Italian family.
Yes, it does.
Trust me, being 5'2".
Yeah. Black dress, black shoes. Yeah. And then she'd be on the box cooking, and I would cook with her on Sunday mornings, making the pasta. Start about 6:30, 7 o'clock.
Early.
And we used currants to sweeten our sauce back there. And we had 3 currant vines in the backyard. Excuse me, that we'd dry and use it instead of sugar. So we'd make it and we'd eat about 7 o'clock.
Yeah.
So, but I just have to tell you, it ruined a basketball career for me cooking, because I'd always ask my grandmother how much, and she'd hit me on the back of the head, and she'd say, you don't measure, you taste.
That's right.
And so we tasted.
Right?
Yeah. So I would have been about 6'4". I was pretty good at 5'11", but little did we know she ruined a great career down there.
But no, tell us a little bit about your restaurant, how things have been going. Obviously, been affected by COVID, of course. But
yes, just a general background. I've owned restaurants for 37 years, and I've had 25 great years in Las Cruces. I just love this community so much.
Yes.
And just the people are great. Yeah. And I think community is really important to me. It's really important for Lorenzo's to help the community. We do all we can. Right now with COVID, excuse me, it is a little more tricky.
I'm sure.
But my first restaurant opened in 1983 in Berkeley, California, of all places.
Okay.
And my partner there, I had some good skills, but my partner, we partnered up. He was from the old country, and he really increased my skills. So he taught me stuff. I taught him a couple things, but it was really a great place. We won one of the best pizzas in San Francisco Bay Area. It's just really good. And
you brought those skills here to Las
Yes.
Cruces. And like you said, you may not have that necessary culinary school background, but you have something I think even more important. You have that family background that really shows in your cooking and in your food.
Exactly right. I no way do I knock chefs at all. But, it's a very difficult job. But you learn a lot of the same things.
Right.
And I've had some people come out of chef schools and not quite have the taste or the feel for what I'm doing. What I teach my cooks is it's the art of Italian cooking. And the art, I brought fettuccine Alfredo with chicken, which happens to be our best dish, our best seller. You would think
amazing.
spaghetti and meatballs, but it goes to chicken Alfredo, green chili meat lasagna, then spaghetti and meatballs. But the whole idea is for people to get a flavor and stand up and not feel full. Right. And it's the art, it's the chemistry. It's the only part I stayed awake for in chemistry, is when you heat up things and add it. You don't have, when the molecules are apart, instead of putting a teaspoon of sugar. There it is, I just had to do it. You put less pepper or whatever in there because it'll be magnified because of the way the atoms are working. And that's about as technical as I get. Everything else is done by taste.
How do you think the people in the old country, and I know in your case Sicily, but even Italy, how do you think they'd feel about you putting green chili
Oh
on
my
it?
God! Oh my God! Unfortunately,
Hatch green chili.
Oh yeah. Well, I never even tasted green chili till I came here.
I know. I thought it was the stuff you put on a hot dog.
Yeah.
I mean, seriously.
And I was a food broker in California, dealt with a lot of different foods and all. Never tried it. And oh my God, I put green chili on just about everything now, as I'm sure many people do. And it goes great into the pastas with most things. And we have an outstanding green chili sausage soup. That's really, it's an Italian sausage green chili.
Sounds very good.
But my grandmother would kill me. She literally would kill me.
But at Lorenzo's, it is a family affair. I know you mentioned to me earlier you're not married, but you do have family that works at the restaurant.
Right.
Can you tell me a little bit about that?
I'm not married.
We want to put that out there. You're not
Can we
married?
put that out there? Yeah, just in case.
Successful man, entrepreneur.
I can cook.
I was going to say you can cook. What more do you want, ladies?
So I have my sister that has been with me about 18 years out here. But one step back, I did come out with a cousin that we got together out there and showed him the business in Berkeley, and we came out together.
Okay.
And we've since split ways. So that started off kind of the family affair. Then my sister, I have my nephew who's a general manager. My nephew's a manager, and then my other nephew is a floor manager, and my IT guy, and then my niece worked for me for many years too. So definitely a family affair.
Yeah, for sure. That's awesome. And that's usually I would say that's typical with Sicilian Italian families.
Definitely.
To keep it together like that. But you mentioned earlier about having different jobs, but you're pretty much a jack of all trades. I mean, now it's the restaurant business. But tell us some of you've been telling earlier about some of the jobs you had. Can you
Yeah,
remind me a little
the
bit
best
of that?
part, they all went to the restaurant business. They all kind of combined. So maybe in not any particular order, I was a food broker, Nautilus Corporation, helped run the Northeast, Northwest back in the day. I had a clothing business, gold jewelry business, trained dogs, trained horses, real estate, laser art, plant and mini blind business. I did radio and TV locally for about 9 years, off and on.
So you're familiar with this?
Yeah, my TV was mainly cooking and things like that, but Channel 4, 7, and 9. It was nice. What else? Few other things, car detailing, sold cars, sold shoes. That's off the top of my head.
It sounds like you've always had that entrepreneurial spirit, though.
I started shining shoes when I was 11, repaired shoes. Started shining, and all the money, of course, like a good Sicilian boy, went all to the family. And my dad had a restaurant, so that's where I kind of got the bug when I was younger. Unfortunately, it burned down, and then he got in the car business. And then, of course, I sold cars, detailed cars, stuff like that.
All that.
Yeah.
And what people may not know about you is you're also a dog and horse trainer, right?
Yeah.
Are you a little bit of a whisperer?
Yeah. I love it. I have... the dogs and horses are just great, and I miss riding my horses.
I bet.
But dogs, I still have a couple of them, and this batch isn't as well trained as maybe a few years ago when I had more time. But yeah, if you have a well-trained dog and horse, it really makes life much easier to get through with them.
So getting back to the restaurant a little bit, what's your favorite dish at the restaurant?
It's really hard because we have so many, and then we've added some with green chili and stuff.
Yeah,
that's really good. But pretty much linguine and clams.
Oh yeah.
And see, my clams come from Malaysia, and we use baby clams, but they're about this big. Pasta's from Italy. We make it. Everything's made right on the spot.
Fresh.
Yeah. So some of the cooks come in and go, "Oh yeah, I've got this in a couple of days." I was like, "No, it takes about 6 or 7 months for them to get the hang of it." And so once you get it, it's the basic cooking, and that's what really makes it good. It's so basic,
right,
that it's hard to make because people try to frou-frou it up at home, and it just doesn't work.
It just comes down to quality, good food, right?
Exactly.
So how has it been with COVID and the restrictions that we've had? How has that been kind of going back and forth between, customers are allowed to come in, then we have to do the outdoor. How's that been as far as your business goes?
What people don't look at is the logistics of the restaurant.
Yeah, I'll bet.
Okay, from every position. So hopefully we'll be open here shortly. As of right now, we're not, but I think we'll be opening up 25%. But you have a tent, you have inside dining, you have curbside pickup, inside pickup, and we've added delivery. So
you have a lot of things going on.
We have 5 different ways of doing it. So you may be 2 people right now sitting in our tent and wondering why the food's taking 20 minutes. Well, we may have 30 orders up for to-goes and pickups. For the first Mother's Day during COVID, we had 70 orders up at one time. And it's just hard. The kitchen, it's hard to stay up with that. I have excellent help. Some people have been with me 18 years. A lot of people 12, servers 9.
Oh, that speaks to how well they love.
Well, I blackmail them. Yeah, I get something on everyone, and if they try to quit,
there you go. You're not going anywhere.
That's right. Yeah, you got another 3 years on your contract. Yeah, but no, the help it is. And during the first round of COVID and the money that they got for leaving, nobody left, which I was really touched. Everyone stayed, and they're making about half. But it's really difficult when you open up. For Valentine's Day, and the governor's in a little bit of we don't see eye to eye on a lot of stuff, but she's in a little bit of a hard position too.
Right,
I understand that. She didn't take any of my ideas.
This has been hard on everybody.
Yes, it has. But when you open up on a Thursday afternoon before Valentine's Day, well, you can't get your food because everything, because of COVID, weekend deliveries have been cut off. So all of a sudden, we're open. We've got our Super Bowl of the year, Valentine's Day, and I don't know if I had enough food to finish through Sunday. And then you had to call people back to get in. We were understaffed, underfooded, and but we made it through. Now, conversely, when you close, when we got closed the other week, I had just hired 3 people because we were open. We had to let them go because we didn't need it. So it's up and down, and all my food is fresh. I fly in my fresh salmon from Seattle, things like that, and all of a sudden you got it. Now you're closed again, and that probably cost me about $700 just when we closed just like that.
Yeah.
And that's it's hard on all of businesses.
Oh, of course. I know they just, they meaning the government and there in Washington, they just passed the COVID Relief Act, and I know they had tried to have the minimum wage as part of that, and then they took it out. So what are your feelings on that, the $15 an hour minimum wage? Yeah,
that, I don't know how anybody came up with 15 as an arbitrary number. Came up years ago, and that's what people are looking at. I really believe if you pay people on their merit, some people will make a lot more, and some people will not have jobs. I was in front of the city council a few years back, and my question was, if raising minimum wage helps, why do we keep raising it?
Right.
And it just all it does is cause inflation. makes prices go up. So let's say I give you a raise because you're doing a good job. Well, you get a raise, you get more spending capital. If I have to give everybody a raise,
Right.
I've got to raise my prices because I'm not getting anything, I'm not getting the benefit from you. So it happens. So what this hurts are people on fixed incomes. If we go to 15, my staff's going to be compromised.
Right. Your
My
prices are
hours are
probably
going to
gonna
be
go up, yeah.
And my prices of my product with some of my prices have tripled on food prices just in the past year.
I'll bet. I'm sure they have because of everything going on.
And you know, restaurant owners, a lot of people are taking smaller margins. I mean,
Well, and the thing is, too, $15 an hour in Las Cruces, New Mexico, is not the same as $15 an hour in New York City or in a bigger metropolis, bigger area.
Exactly.
Know? So, I mean, to have that like you said, it's kind of an arbitrary amount. And in different economies in different places throughout the country, it can mean many. Like you said, it can affect people in many different ways.
Yeah,
So,
and
to try and have it across the board like that.
Yeah, now that would be the only advantage of it being across the board is that it would be across the board.
Right.
But then again, then when prices go up, people aren't going to be able to afford it. So now we got to go from 15 to 17. If they let the market find its level and the people get paid for, I don't say what they're worth, but a wage. And if you don't feel like you're getting paid enough, find another place that feels like that will pay you what you think you're worth. And I've carried many of people and trained them on the job.
Right.
At $15 an hour, I can't afford to take somebody for their first job and train them.
I'm sure.
And then, because my cooks, I can start with 10 cooks. In 5 months, I'll have 3, and then I might have 1 left, and hopefully they stay for a while. So, right there, you're talking about 8, 10, 15,000 in a year to train people that leave. So
what are some of the specials you have there at Lorenzo's?
we have I always like to say the whole menu special, of course, but some of the things that you can't get anywhere else, we have some really, really huge shrimp that we fly in from Seattle, first class.
First class.
Okay.
They have their own.
They have their own little seatbelt.
Yes.
Yeah. They're excellent, and something like that, the scampi recipe is very good. Our pizzas, like I said, in fact we have a special price going on now. $15 for a 2-topping pizza.
Okay.
And I don't know how much longer that will last, but that's for to-go pizzas. And things like our green chili meat lasagna, the meatballs, again with the currants, like my grandmother used to make.
Right, can't get those anywhere else,
That's
right?
And just, if you come in for your basic, just to start, I have 3 acid tests for an Italian restaurant. They're cheese pizza, they're fettuccine Alfredo, and they're spaghetti and meatballs. That's how I tell a good restaurant, and if I'm going back there.
And then you have the Mesilla Valley pizza, right?
Yeah, my grandmother. You got to watch out for the lightning bolt. Green chili, jalapenos, pepperoni, artichoke hearts, mushrooms, and black olives, I believe, and green onions. And that's really my best seller. Of course, will always be pepperoni, but that's very, very close behind it. Yeah.
So, again, I know people love your bread. Tell us a little bit about that.
Well, I had mentioned my dad owned restaurants. My family cooked when we started in Buffalo, New York, to Cleveland, Ohio, to Arizona, and then to California. And now I'm starting back, New Mexico, and going back. But my dad made this very, very similar bread in his restaurants, and it's just one of the best things you can taste. It's just, again, it's very simple, and I've been offered a couple bucks for it.
Oh, I'm sure you have.
But we need a couple more zeros just to make it worthwhile.
So I know when we return here in a little bit, you're going to be we're going to be doing another segment with you, and you're going to be in our kitchen.
Great.
And what are some of the things that you brought for us?
Well, I brought you our #1 bestseller, our chicken fettuccine Alfredo.
Sounds awesome.
And then a little story about the dessert, one of our most famous desserts. And I'll tell you that when we get over there.
So we'll see you after these messages. Stay tuned.
Redness, burning, itchy feet. You may be suffering from athlete's foot and be eligible for a clinical trial. 3A Research is conducting a clinical trial of an investigational drug for treating athlete's foot. This is a 6-week study. We will compensate your time, travel, and reimbursement of up to $225. Contact our office, 3A Research with Michael Raucci.
Call our offices today for more information. Serving El Paso and now open in Las Cruces. I hope to see you soon.
All right, welcome back to This Week. This is Sam Stchter, and as promised, I'm here in the kitchen with Vince Viccaro from Lorenzo's Italian Restaurant, and he has some samples of the awesome food that you can get there at his restaurant. Vince, let's talk a little bit about what some of the things you have here.
Okay, and the first thing too, we always feel more comfortable in the kitchen.
Right.
I just want to point that out. Being Italian, we grew up there, and so food's the lifeblood.
And it smells amazing in here, by the way.
Thank you. We're going to start off with our most popular dish at Lorenzo's, and it happens to be the fettuccine Alfredo with grilled chicken.
So I've had it many times.
Yes, well, thank you. The grilled chicken is what we used to bring to family cookouts and barbecues. That, salmon, pasta, and forget hot dogs and hamburgers.
Yeah.
We always
That's
went with
the good
something
stuff.
like this. And the chicken is now in the restaurant. We cook it over a lava grill, and it has a nice little charbroiled taste to it. The noodles are imported from Italy. All the pasta that we use is imported.
Wow.
And then we
That's
use...
amazing that you get it right from Italy.
We do, yeah, and sometimes, Italians get a little lazy and they decide not to ship sometimes. So fortunately, we've been pretty good over the years now.
How's it been with COVID? Because I know it's kind of hit them pretty hard
Yes,
over there.
yeah, we've had to keep fingers crossed and maybe be out every once in a while.
Okay.
But yeah, that's a very good point. But number one dish, and just so you know, the Alfredo, it's a cheese kind of white cream sauce. The idea behind it is you get the flavor, but not the heaviness.
Yes.
You get all the flavor, and that's the art, like I had said before, of the Italian cooking. Number one dish. Number two dish, our green chili meat lasagna.
Is that green chili?
Yeah, that's right. I just made it up there. And then our spaghetti and meatballs.
Yeah. With the currants, right?
With the currants, exactly. So all that comes with, we do a garden salad with that, or we do several soups, a minestrone soup, tomato cream soup. It's out of this world. Used to get that when I was sick to make me better, so I used to fake I was sick. All that comes with the bread.
Always with the bread.
Yeah.
I know if you leave your place hungry, then you're doing something wrong.
Exactly. You just weren't up to eating. We make this ourselves. Again, my dad owned restaurants, something very similar. It was tweaked through the years. If you haven't had it, please come by, give it a try.
I'm gonna have a little bit
Okay,
of it right
yeah,
now.
try it right now. And the best,
This is my favorite.
and you can have it for breakfast the next morning. A little honey and peanut butter from the toaster.
that sounds
Man, it's just,
amazing.
I've eaten this every way. We make cinnamon rolls and back. We do a lot of stuff with this. A lot of fun. And you did remind me about something that I didn't bring. I should have. We have a full gluten-free menu
Yes.
now.
Yes, and I know a lot of people are doing keto.
Yes.
So they're looking for that cauliflower pizza or, or almond flour. Or,
Yeah, we use a cauliflower now. Unbelievable. I mean, I eat that more than I do my regular pizza now.
I know it's very popular. I've had it myself.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, not from Lorenzo's yet, but I'm going to give it a try now.
Oh,
that I know
okay.
you have
Should be a little different, yeah. And we have, like I said, the whole menu. We have a lot of things that are gluten-free, so we take a good look at that.
Yeah, for sure. And you mentioned with the chicken Alfredo that you cook on a lava stove or
Lava grill stove.
Tell us a little bit about that. What's the process that goes into that?
Yeah, it's very high heat, and what you have to do is you have to sear the outside. We do black Angus ribeye also. If you want probably the best steak in town, I get it from Kansas City, Missouri. It's unbelievable.
Oh, yeah.
Unbelievable.
Kansas has the greatest steaks. Yeah.
So the trick is to get it cooked on the outside and then bring it down to a slower cook, and it gives a little bit of flavor. It's more charbroiled. Some places will do it on a flat grill, things like that. But this is the way that we do it.
So, and then tell us a little bit about the tiramisu.
Okay, yeah, well, you have to have dessert before you take off from Lorenzo's. This comes from Italy, okay, which is amazing. And I'm not even ashamed to say we don't make it. I can't bake. I can cook, but I can't bake.
This is
totally
my wife's
different.
favorite dessert, by the way.
And what a tiramisu is, it's Phoenix. It's not Phoenix. That's where I was born. It's Lady Fingers.
Yes.
Lady Fingers, which is a white egg white cookie. We have some some chocolate in there, a little liqueur, maybe a little sugar. And the thing that people don't realize is it's mascarpone cheese.
Yes.
And that's the real trick to making this really well. And, you know, like we were talking about before, at the end of this cast, if they come in and make a comment, they get a $25 gift card, and you can use it on tiramisu.
So if you comment and share that you saw Vince Viccaro here from the Renzos on This Week with Sam Stchter, we're going to enter you into a drawing for a $25 gift card that Vince is supplying each week for 3 weeks. So you have 3 chances to win. So we appreciate you doing that here for the viewers. And you said that you also have a couple specials going on at the restaurant that they can go check out.
Right. And please remember, we have curbside pickup, we have delivery, outside in the tent for sure, probably inside, a lot of different things like that. So we have the $15 pizza right now to go, 2-topping or one of our signature pizzas on the menu. So I don't know how long we're going to be running that, so jump on it.
So make your comment right now, because you're watching us. Chances are you're watching us right on Facebook. So go ahead in there and comment and share and pass it along, and you got a chance to win that $25 gift card. So you mentioned that this tiramisu is from Italy.
Yes.
And I asked you earlier, had you been to Italy yourself?
I have to my home country, Sicily.
Yes.
What a beautiful place. Oh man, the food is fantastic.
I can imagine.
And walking around. I used to have family. Unfortunately, they've all passed. And but boy, you get taken care of no matter where you go. You're always getting food, and you're always getting coffee or Demitasse cups of espresso. It's a fantastic place.
Well, Vince, can we get your phone number from the Renzos in case people want to call and order right now?
Sure. It's 521-3505. Give a call again. And then, also we just added a phone app for Chow Now, and then on the computer, Chow Now also. We have you can go online and order. So we joined the 20th century, and we're really trying to help out. But let me say again, the community of Las Cruces. 21st, yeah. I'm still behind. I'm still trying to catch up.
You're getting there, right?
But again, the people of Las Cruces through this pandemic, through all this, have been fantastic. And I want to personally thank everybody for supporting all local restaurants and businesses. It's been fantastic.
All right, well, it's great having you on the show, Vince. I didn't want to talk with my mouth full, so I'm definitely going to have a taste of this. But thank you for being on the show,
my pleasure.
friend. And again, that's Vince Viccaro from the Renzos Restaurant. Be sure to call him up and order some of this great food that you're seeing here. We'll be right back with This Week with Sam Stchter at the Week Message.
It's me, Melvin, and I snuck in the back door. I got this disguise. It works every time. I'm gonna take it off. Okay. You know, girls always call me ugly until they find out how much money I make. Then they call me ugly and poor. What do you call a dog with no legs? It doesn't matter because he ain't gonna come. Why do cows wear bells? Because their horns don't work. I was in the green room. I snuck in the back way with my disguise on the Sam Stchter show. Stchter. Hey, some handicapped guy stole my bag in there. All I can say is, you can hide, but you can't run. And there was a lot of food in there. And I was able to get, look, I got me a cupcake. Yeah, I got I got me a soda too. Oh, that was good. Oh, really good. Okay, but this week is more protected. Anyway, I'll see you next time with Sam Stchter. And this is a great show. We love this show. This Week with Sam Stchter. That's right. You better say it right. And don't turn that dial. Don't turn that dial. It's gonna be on more This Week with Sam Stchter. And I'm always I stick in the back place. They don't know that.
This week with Sam Stchter on Las Cruces channel. This week with Sam Stchter on Las Cruces channel. Hey everybody, my name is Travis James Manning, and I'm going to be on This Week with Sam Stchter on Las Cruces channel. Stick around and tune in.
Hey there, folks. Welcome back to This Week. During the break, I finished that amazing food from Vince Viccaro, brought from the Renzos Restaurant. Scotty doesn't like it when I eat in front of him because I have a tendency to do this. And he gets a little mad when I do that. But, thanks to Vince. Vince as he mentioned during his interview, really loves the Las Cruces area. He's a one that really has a lot of civic pride. And speaking of someone who has civic pride, my next guest, he ran for mayor, and you know him. He's all over the Las Cruces area. Welcome to the show, Mike Tellez.
All right, thank you. It's good to be here. Hey, I like Scott. I'm shocked that you're able to hang on to him for 1 year.
I know. There
Yeah.
for a while I was
1
worried.
year ago, I would have had my eye on Scott.
Not so much anymore. I think
Not
he's safe
anymore.
now.
We're okay now.
So I know, like Vince, you worked in the restaurant industry for a while.
Yes, I did. Yes, well, a good part of my life. 30 years I've been in the restaurant industry. 20 with IHOP.
With IHOP. So
Yes.
what was that like?
You know what? I loved it. It was my dream to do it. It was 24/7.
I was going to say tough
You
job.
know what?
though, right?
After 20 years, it gets a little bit. You get a little tired, a little old. But I am so glad I'm not there now.
But I know, even though you said it was tired, I know you're one who kind of doesn't take it easy.
Yeah, no, I don't.
You're all
I
over
don't.
you're all
I
over the
was in
place.
it. I loved it. Loved the workers I had. I loved the customers, and it was good. I wouldn't trade it for anything.
But as I said, you're a very busy man. You're
Yes.
busy in the community. Not only did you run for mayor last election, but you run the Dream Center here.
Yes, I own the Las Cruces Dream Center. Yes.
Can you tell us a little bit about that? What's going on
The
there?
Dream Center right now, we have a boxing program there with about 60 kids. We have some great trainers. We have a trainer that was a retired art teacher at Mayfield.
Okay.
We got
Go
one.
teachers.
One that's at the correctional center, and we have another that owns a business. And we have some good trainers in there, some good parents, and we do have the national champion.
Yes, you were mentioning to me.
17-year-old Ariana Carrasco.
Hopefully a future Olympian.
Oh,
right?
she is. She's a future gold medalist. I'm gonna tell you, I would
You
bet
heard it
on
here,
that.
folks.
Yes, she started when she was 12 years old.
Amazing.
Her dad walked in and they started, and I said, "Whose idea was it for you to box?" He told me hers. And at that time, I was taking sports communication at the university, so I had to interview a parent working with their daughter. And
Right.
I went and asked him, I said, "Well, how is it the first day?" And he said, "It is so tough. She doesn't listen to me. If I'll tell her what to do, she'll ask someone else." He was frustrated. He was just having a tough time. Now he is the proudest father I have not
sure
seen.
he is, yeah.
Oh, my goodness. He is just number one dad. I've not seen very many dads like that anywhere ever. He is absolutely a gem.
And you said she's had some amazing opportunities
She
to
has
travel all over the world,
She
right?
has fought. She's gone as far as Poland.
Wow.
She
Good for her.
a couple weeks back, she went and took on the Mexico City to
And how'd
take
she
on
do?
the champion there, and she beat him. Beat her.
Wow.
Yes, she did.
So she's not only going from national, she's going international.
Yes, she is. And she went this last week and took on someone at a bigger weight, and she took them too.
Took them down, huh?
She's tough. And she is so driven. I interviewed her, and she said, yeah, I said, "You do a lot of running, huh?" She says, "Oh, yeah, I go on 3 little walks a week and 3 big runs."
Yeah.
And I said, "Well, what's a little run?" "Oh, it's only 3 or 4 miles." Oh my goodness. I said, "What's a big run?" "What's 7 or 8 miles uphill?"
Wow.
And I looked at her dad and I said,
She
"You go
is
with
dedicated.
her?" He says, "I do. I follow in the truck right behind with the air conditioner on." But no, she's driven. She is in phenomenal shape. She is the most disciplined young adult I have ever in my life met. Her diet, everything.
And I know coming from you, that's an amazing
Oh,
compliment.
she is
because you deal with a lot of
disciplined,
youth.
yes. And she's driven. She's offered a full ride to the Air Force Academy
Okay.
on the boxing team.
Wow.
She'll be on the boxing team. Boxing. Can you imagine going to the military to do what you love doing?
Yes.
But
What
she
an
is.
amazing opportunity.
And when I see her, I say it's paid in full for them to be here.
Yeah.
And we have Gabby. She's been in there a little bit, about a year and a half, and she's another up-and-coming champ.
Good.
But these kids, they're everything, man. We got them all the way down to 7 years old. I mean, you go in there and you see little guys that big, I would not step in the ring with any of them.
Mike, besides the boxing, which obviously is very popular there at the Dream Center, what are some other things that, I know it's COVID times, but during regular
Right.
times, what are some things that people
We
can
have
do?
some extra 3 exercise programs that go on there. We have one group of ladies, believe it or not, going at 5:30 in the morning.
Wow.
And I said, I hope you don't want me there. We have a yoga class and dance class.
There you
and,
go.
We have music. So music lessons, music groups. I let different groups go in and practice and play music.
And you said some local youth groups also out there?
Yes. We have a couple local groups there that go in. And I allow anybody that wants to go in and do something constructive, they can go in there. I'm also putting together a hobby shop to teach kids how to check the oil in their car,
Oh, there
change
you
the
go.
flat, do all the minor things on their cars to keep them going.
I think that's hugely important. 'Cause I know some of the high schools teach it, but not all of them. And I know.
And you know, it's needed.
Yes.
I had a young man there. He was out in the parking lot for about 2.5 hours. So I said, "What are you waiting on someone?" He says, "Yeah, I'm waiting for my dad." Says, "Oh, okay." He says, "He's coming to change a flat." I said, "You got a flat?" He said, "Yes, sir." I said, "Well, you got a jack?" "Well, I really don't know what that is." "You got a spare?"
Oh, no.
"Well, I don't know where it is." And I
Uh-oh.
said, "We need to teach these
Yes.
guys how to change a flat." So I told the guys, "Go out there and change his flat, please." And we went out and changed his flat real quick. So, and maybe check the oil. That's kind of important.
So,
Air in the tire, just
yeah.
basic things.
All those things that someone who
Yeah.
owns a car should know how to do, but
Exactly.
doesn't always. And I can understand. I know at that age I probably didn't know all that stuff either. So
Yeah.
But you and I have a few things in common. Not only do we both work with youth, because as I mentioned, in my other job I am a teacher as well. But we also are both TV hosts.
Yes,
You have a
yes,
you have a
sir.
show here on the Las Cruces channel
Yes,
as
the
well.
Mike Tellez show.
What's that show about?
It's we talk about things that are going on in the community. I talked about the boxing program. I've been focusing a lot lately on the need for substance abuse and mental health facility here for people in this community to be able to go get help.
So the Mike Tellez show right here on the Las
Yes,
Cruces
sir.
Network. We have a clip of your show. Let's go ahead and take a look
there
at it.
it is. Hi, my name is Mike Tellez. I'd like to invite you to join us for the all-new Mike Tellez Show. 3 times a week. We're coming on Saturdays at 12 noon and Sunday at 12 noon and 6:30 p.m. We're going to have many interesting topics. We're going to have topics that interest you and relate straight to you. We're going to have some of the heroes in our city, some of the things we can all do to make our city the best city to live in. Please join us 3 times a week on the Las Cruces Channel Network, on Facebook, YouTube, or Twitter. Join us for the Mike Tellez Show.
Wow, Mike, that was an amazing clip. So when, again, can we see your show?
You can see it on Saturday at 12, Sunday at 12, and 6:30 p.m.
And that's right here on the Las Cruces
Right
channel.
here on the Las
You're going on
Cruces
Facebook.
channel.
You just have to search it in.
That's it. That's it. So I urge you to watch it.
All right. And as we mentioned earlier, as we were talking about, you ran for mayor,
Yes,
and you're
I
going to
did.
be running again.
Yes, I am. Yes,
And
I
that's in
am.
2020. So why run for
You
mayor?
know, I want to run for mayor because I want to fight for things that are necessary and relevant in our community. You know, young people don't have anything to do.
That's true. We don't have a whole
And
lot.
you know,
here.
I think that for one thing, the airport on Friday nights from 10 o'clock till 1 in the morning, we should have drag racing out there.
We're doing it anyway.
Get the lights out, get the safety
I mean,
safari.
seriously.
You ought to see Love's Truck Stop.
I know. I know.
I don't want to give anything away. Of course, everyone knows it. But
Right, no, I know.
They're going to race somewhere. So why
Right.
don't we give them a safe place to drag
Exactly.
race? And you know, it'd be fun. I'd like to go out there.
And you were saying you had a couple other ideas, possibly
Yeah,
like
and you know,
a skating rink. Or,
why couldn't we get the Burns Park area, that big old area, get a big amusement park there, get a water park out of what used to be Burns Lake. I don't see anything in it now. But get something for young people, for people to do. There's nothing to do here. So naturally, what are you going to do? You're going to party? Well, let's give them a place to go and hang out that's safe.
Mike, I appreciate you coming on the show. I want to
bet,
thank
man.
you.
Thank
and,
you.
Look for your show, and then also look for you in 2022 when you're
got
running for
it,
mayor.
man. Hey, and I look forward to coming to see you and Scott again.
Yeah, anytime you're welcome back.
Scott's
anytime
safe right now, but we don't know for how
Maybe we
long.
can come on your show.
Hey, anytime, brother.
All right.
All right.
We'll do an exchange.
You got it. Good being
All right.
here, man.
All
Good
right.
being here.
All right. Thanks for being here.
You bet.
All right, folks. That's Mike Tellez. Go check out the Dream Center here in Las Cruces, and we'll see you after these messages. you. Welcome back. You know, folks, we have the greatest guest on this show, and I want to thank my guest so far, Vince Viccaro from Lorenzo's Italian Restaurant. I'm still thinking about that chicken fettuccine, Alfredo, and that tiramisu. It was really, really good. You got to go get some. And then also Mike Tellez from the Dream Center. What an amazing guy. He does a lot of good work here in the Las Cruces area, so you're going to want to reach out to him. And speaking of great guests, I promised you we have an awesome musical guest tonight. We have in the house Travis James Manning. Welcome to the show.
Hey, thank you. Thanks for having me.
And I know, Travis, you play a lot around here.
Yeah.
A lot around town here in Las Cruces.
Yeah.
ZZ Top cover band?
Okay, I do some covers from ZZ. Yes, I do. You have to.
So what are some of the places you play and some of the music that you're into?
Well, I do acoustic, just me and acoustic guitar, and I play a lot of the wineries and breweries and restaurants and you know, all that kind of stuff in Las Cruces, El Paso, pretty much in this area. Of course, Lorenzo's. I play at Lorenzo's and eat there quite often. Yeah.
You mentioned that you know Vince.
Yeah, I know Vince very
him?
well. I actually just saw him backstage, but yeah, I know him from. I used to work at Lorenzo's there for about 2 years, actually.
What a small town, right?
Yeah, it definitely is. Yeah, Vince is just an awesome guy. Spectacular boss to have as well. Spectacular guy.
See, he really seems that way.
Yeah, he's really fun to hang out. And not only that, you know, I of course love Lorenzo's. I love the pizzas and everything else there too. My favorite, and fettuccine carbonara. Fat carb is what we called it back then. Fettuccine carbonara. I'd say that's what you got to get. It's the best in the world. So, anyways, music-wise though, yeah, I play. I'll be playing at the game, actually, the game 1 this Sunday.
Marcy Dickerson.
Yeah, Marcy. Oh, did you really? Awesome. Yeah, Marcy's spectacular. She does so much for this community. It's not even funny. I mean, you just can't say enough about Marcy.
So, but speaking of your music, how long have you been doing this?
You know, I've been playing music. My first band was 15 years old, and it was here in Las Cruces High talent show. It was a talent show.
There you go.
Yeah, we were called, what were we called? Insanity. That's right, it was Insanity. All original kind of heavy metal music, and so that was my first band.
Great name for a heavy metal band.
We were insane, so, you know. But the thing was, is we played that talent show. It was my first time ever on stage. Everything we'd practiced for 2 weeks before. You know, that was it. So I had never done it before. We got up there, and we ended up tying the talent show. We were a 10th grade band, and we tied the talent show with the seniors that had all original music, and we were playing like Seek and Destroy from Metallica and like, you know, all this stuff. And we tied with them, and it was like really like this huge thing. And that day was like the last. I was like, okay, this is it. This is what I'm doing. I'm going to be in a band for the rest of my life. That's it. And pretty much here I am. You know, I've been doing it ever since.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I know you mentioned to me before the show that Metallica is definitely one of your big influences.
Oh yeah. Well, I love Metallica. Metallica was the first metal band that I heard. I mean, the first band that really got me into metal. That I mean, Master Puppets. You heard those first 3 chords, and like, oh my God, you know. So yeah, them and Slayer pretty much was what got me into metal. Zeppelin was what started it all.
Yeah.
Led Zeppelin was like what made me go, I want to sing, because Robert Plant was like a god, a golden god.
As soon as you hear Stairway to Heaven.
Yeah, exactly. You cannot. I mean, and then I heard every single album by then and every single song. And I wanted to be Jimmy Page. I wanted to be Robert Plant. Right. You know, they were my guys. So, you know.
So what do you think of today's music? Honestly.
You know, there is some really good music out there. That's the thing. You know, the one thing is there is.
I think you're being generous.
No, you know, don't get me wrong. What's on the radio and what's in your face, not at all. I mean, not so much, except for Bruno Mars. I love Bruno Mars.
Yeah, but, there are exceptions.
Yeah, there are exceptions. But there's so much, if you really dive into, you know, Bandcamp and some of these other, you know, not the signed bands, but a lot of the unsigned bands. Right. There's millions of great bands out there. And that's the thing. The problem is it's so hard to find them because there's so much out there, you know. And I think that's a problem with a lot of musicians is, you know, you can be great, you can have wonderful music out there, but to get people to actually see it is the hard part, you know, because it's saturated with so much music out there, you know, it really is. So
yeah, for sure. I'm a child of the '80s, and I just always say to myself, where are the new Queen and Kiss and, and the Eagles? Where are those, you know, new, you know, following in their footsteps?
I don't think we'll ever have anything like that again.
I don't
unfortunately,
think so either,
they started something that, you know, can never be recaptured. I mean, that's all there is to it. Everybody's pretty much, you say, following in the footsteps of all the greats, you know, and doing the best they can with the same chords that everybody else had, you know. So it is interesting because, the one song I always think of, I think it's Canon in D, it has 5 chords. And if you go through the ages, those 5 chords have recorded pretty much 500 different songs in the exact same chord structure, you know. Ed Sheeran.
Imitation is flattery.
I was going to say, it's true. It's Wagon Wheel, Ed Sheeran. There's a bunch of songs that are the exact same chord progression, you know. So.
And speaking of which, could you play us a little something?
Sure, I can play you something. Let's see. Let me do a song. This one's it's called "Running Out of Road." It's kind of a bluesy kind of tune. When I do it on my album, it's got some guitar leads and stuff like that. Obviously, I can't do that, but so this one's called "Running Out of Road." I've been running for so long, it seems I'm running out of road. I know it's time that I should face the truth and find my way back home. I can't stop now, the highway's rolling fast beneath my feet. I know if I don't turn back now, I'll never see your face again. Said I'm gone and I'm never looking back. I'm heading down a one-way track. Now I can see the road ahead so clearly laid right before me. I put the pedal to the floor, no fear no more, I'll take it head on. I can't stop now, the highway's rolling fast beneath my feet. I know if I don't turn back now, I'll never see your face again. Said I'm gone and I'm never looking back. I'm heading down a one-way track.
Woo! All right.
Oh, yeah. All right, there we go. Running Out of Road.
That was awesome. You have never had any formal training on the guitar?
Yeah, no, I really haven't. I've had some friends. I've had really good friends that are really good on guitar that I've got to watch, and that's pretty much where I've picked up a lot of the stuff. I did have to learn because I did teach some guitar lessons, so I learned a little bit from a book, but for the most part, just the kind of the basic
Mainly
stuff.
Mainly self-taught, though, right?
Yeah, completely.
That's awesome. And you're writing, right? You're songwriting as well.
Yeah, I do write songs. I've written. Well, I've got 2 albums acoustically, and then, like I said, I am in a couple bands as well. I'm in a band called Flat Black, and we released an album in 2018. And then I was in a band called Wormhole, and we were together since 2006. We broke up last year, actually. But we released an album in 2018 as well.
So if people out there and the folks want to learn a little bit more about you and your bands and your music, how can they find out about that?
Well, for me personally, the acoustic stuff, you can go to TravisJamesManning.com. Flat Black, which is kind of a classic rockish blues rock band. We play classic rock, but we also have original stuff, is at flatblack.net, and that's BLAK.net.
Can you do me a favor, Travis?
Sure.
Can you stick around and do some more songs
I would
for us?
love to. I would love to. Yeah, I would love to.
Thank you for being here, and we'll see Travis, and he's going to be playing for us. Stay tuned. All righty, welcome back to This Week. Ladies and gentlemen, I am so proud to present my musical guest, Travis James Manning. Take it away.
All right, thank you, Sam. I'm going to go ahead and play my latest single. It's kind of a corny country song, but I've been working on the actual lyrics for this for years and years, and I finally kind of figured it out. But the song's called Trailer Parks and Tornadoes. Was a woman I knew and loved more than I love myself, but there was a burning out in her soul like the fires from hell, and we were like trailer parks and tornadoes, went together like rotten and tomatoes. Such a mess, but I must confess I let that woman go. She was a fighter, she would act the fool and knock him down like a champ. Always hanging on some other dude, acting like a tramp. And we were like trailer parks, tornadoes, went together like getting drunk and drained up. Such a mess, but I must confess, I let that woman go. Now she was crazy but mechanically inclined, and she could sure torque my wrench. And I always find when I'm in a bind, she'll come round again. And we were like trailer parks, tornadoes, went together like drowning in Barbados. Such a mess, but I must confess, I love that woman back. Oh yeah, you know I took her back. I took that woman back, and here she is. And you know, now things have changed, got an inner soul. She turned it all around. We're happy and growing old. She's still raising hell, no longer like trailer parks and tornadoes. Now we go together like a meat and potatoes. Such a mess, but I must confess, I love that woman so. We're no longer like trailer parks and tornadoes. Now we go together like a bacon, lettuce, tomato. Such a mess, I must confess, I love that woman so. I love that woman so. I love that woman so. Oh, 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 oh. What's her name? This is called You Are My Home. No matter where I go, I know that this one place will always be my home. There's a candle in the window, a light above the door. You're my angel in waiting, a voice in the storm. You are my home, no matter how far I will roam. You are my home, a place of safety, a place of home. You are my home. I'll always trust in you. You're the one that I run to. My world is blue. You're sparking my memory, skipping my step. The life that accepts me, and I lose my breath. You are my home, no matter how far I will roam. You are my home, a place of safety, a place of home. Ooh, you are my home. You are my home, you are my home, oh, you are my home. You are my home, you are my home, oh, you are my home.
Folks, I know things are getting better out there. Lots of things are starting to open up. Schools are coming back. So put a smile on your face. Things seem to get better. And remember, make this week your best week. See you soon. All right. Yeah. Woo.